Hello, guys. This is Dr. Lior Barel. So right now we're kind of moving into the new place. As you can see, have a lot of work to do, but getting there, setting up the studio again. I still got my old studio where I film, obviously in my room in the other house. Just moving over here. So some things are a little bit tougher, getting things a little bit organized here and all of that. But I wanted to talk about Diablo Immortal and exactly what's going on right now and why this could be a recipe for freaking disaster. And I've said this before when they started with these freaking microtransactions way when it first started. And, unfortunately, I was right. And I say unfortunately because of a reason. So let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so literally they did in Diablo Immortal, there was a leak that some dude said that it's going to take about $100,000 to actually get the guy to a great level. Now, these microtransactions are very, very common in most of these free games that you find on cell phones, and that's how it all started. And then what happened is they give you a free game, but then, or sometimes even charge you a small fee or even a full fee, and then, do all these. Actually, in the beginning, it was a free game, and then you'd have to pay by doing all these microtransactions to actually get ahead. After a certain level, you're kind of stuck and you needed to do certain things. Now, the funny part is nobody saw this coming, and of course the video game world got a hint of that. So now instead of getting full games, you're getting garbage. You're getting incomplete games that then they're going to charge you a ton of money for DLC and all kinds of microtransactions to get ahead. And if you guys didn't see this coming, obviously, I saw this coming from a mile away. And I know many of you did, but I know some were they were really frustrated. They couldn't believe this could happen. And I told you guys, literally, this is a money game, and they're trying to make everybody bleed out. So basically, this is exactly what happened with Diablo Immortal. Everybody was like, oh, okay, first off, I don't even see why that game needs to come out. Diablo 4 is the game we all freaking want. I don't really care for Diablo Immortal. I really don't give a crap about that. But they come out with this game, and in the end, you guys are going to be paying a crap ton of money. So what does that have to say? Well, think about it. If they're already doing this where you need $100,000 to actually level out a character, or even $100, which I think is ridiculous, to do something, every video game company out there is going to take advantage of that if it does well. Now, and I'm going to say this, and you could hate me, there is an incredibly big, not big, very minority type of morons out there that actually give the money to them, and because of them, because they have money to throw around, because of these certain people, these companies think that they could take advantage of the world in total. Obviously, it doesn't work that way. Many games, especially 2K, suffered a great deal. EA suffered great deals from it and losses. So there's going to be a lot of losses. That's basically what they did. They started to see what happened and how many people were yelling about it, to the point that then they took it back a little bit and eased up, kind of loosened the noose. They didn't eliminate it. No, they didn't do that. They actually are continuing this, but kind of made it a bit different. This whole thing is a psychological little, thing they're doing with people. So they're basically getting you kind of like, with the drug system, they give you free drugs and then they charge you, once you're hooked on it. So that's exactly what they're doing. So instead of giving you a demo, they give you a game. Then they're like, well, now you're stuck because you can't get to the next stage in whatever game you're playing unless you pay for microtransactions to get you ahead and make you more powerful to deal with the new enemies and foes. This is exactly what's happening right now, and it's becoming more disgusting by the second. All these companies are learning of these little shady tactics, and they go about and do what they do, and it's kind of disgusting, really. It's very disgusting. Now, that's one thing I love about Nintendo for the most part. Nintendo doesn't really do this, but, they started to. Like, you start getting DLCs and, right now with, but at the same time, they give you a lot. Like, look what happened with Mario Kart. And I'm not talking about third party developers, but actually development straight from Nintendo. If you guys see, they still kind of keep it old school. So even with Mario Kart, when they have these new things, I mean, this is years later, they're coming out with all these new, tracks and stuff. But guess what? If you're a member of their online community, which, I mean, they don't really offer much, but it is, it's okay. So if you pay $20 or 22 or whatever, because I pay for the premium, so I pay more because I get the Nintendo 64 games. Not worth it, but I'm just gonna say whatever. I paid for the premium, so I still have a year of that. Probably then I'll go to the regular basic, but you get that pretty much for free. So and it's not that expensive really to go ahead and get that. But again, I when you got Mario Kart, you got a complete game, and then they're just continuing it like years later. So that's not really problematic. Now, what's going on with these other video games from other companies, third party, of course, they're going to do all kinds of DLC and stuff to rip you off. Not just DLC, but like literally microtransactions to get you ahead or to make you, kind of survive in a freaking game. That is beyond stupid. So anyways, that's what I wanted to say, and that's what Diablo Immortal has become. A lot of people are just not even going to get into it, and it's kind of sad because the game Diablo 3 was absolutely amazing. Everyone's waiting on Diablo 4. You guys know how long when they announced Diablo 3 was like, it took 3 years to freaking make, or 4 years even. It took forever to come out, even though they were showing us demos and stuff. I mean, I don't. It's like Bayonetta 3. It's like vaporware at this point. But you know, instead of coming out with something like, I kind of am grateful they didn't come out with 4 yet. But it's kind of making me very pessimistic on the future of gaming, especially right now. Diablo 4 is going to be coming out soon. Are they going to pull the same kind of shady tactics and start doing microtransactions at that? And you see, this is what they're doing. It's like they're releasing a game called Diablo Immortal, and they're trying to feel out, are the customers going to be stupid enough to give us all this money? And if they are, we're going to do the same thing with Diablo 4. So guys, literally, even if you have money to throw around, donate it to charity or buy other games, but don't do this, because when you do that, the same thing's going to happen with Diablo 4, and it's literally going to ruin an entire franchise if it didn't already with this one. So that's all I got to say. That's my own, my 1-2 on that. You guys know I'm not a paid for reviewer. I'm not an ambassador, as I call it. I'm not an ambassador for any of these companies. I speak always the truth. I give you guys nothing but the truth, because I want you guys to instead of, you guys are already riddled with all these paid for yuppie reviewers. I wanted you, this is the reason I opened this channel, to give people real advice from real people like you and I. And you guys are the jury. You're commenting. We're all doing this job together, helping the community at large make better informed decisions, and I'm just giving it to you how it is. This is really, really bad, and I don't think people can even fathom how bad it's going to be in the future if these kind of shady practices are even being tested on the people right now. This is going to be really horrible for video games. And I'm telling you, and I said this before, when microtransactions were making their entrance, once it was on cell phones, I even said it, I called it. I remember I think it was the first iPhone that came out, when they started playing this stuff with some of the games, I was like, oh God, this is going to be horrible. And I bet you gaming companies are going to do this. And then boom, it happened. And this is what's going to happen right now. They're kind of testing and making people, feeling the water, seeing how much they could suck from you. So even though they're pulling back, they're not taking it out. So what they're doing is they're still trying to see what level they could do, and then they're going to carry it off to Diablo 4 and do the same kind of nonsense. Now, if you guys remember, in Diablo 3, I made real money out of it. I showed you guys, like, I was selling things in the marketplace. It was really cool, and you're making real money selling rares and all that cool stuff. And it made people go out and get the game, because in Diablo 2 you would do that, but kind of like illegally through eBay, and tell people you'll meet them meet them somewhere and give it to them. And I think it was with World of Warcraft as well. So they kind of just said, you know what, we're going to do that. That's going to be an incentive, and everybody could come and get this game because they can make actual money out of it. And then what did they do? They took it out because they realized, hey, you know what? Why should they get money? Let us try to make some money out of this thing. Now look, with free games, I really could care less. all that. Even if the game costs $10, if you want to do microtransactions on a stupid game like that, you go ahead and do it. But when it comes to paying full price, and you could already see that happening with EA games a lot, and they're not taking it out; they're just kind of loosen the noose a little bit. This thing is going to be really, really horrible. It's going to get to a point where you're paying already, where you get a complete game. They don't call it complete, they call it deluxe and whatever edition, and you're paying $120. And on top of that, you're going to have some stupid microtransactions. That's nonsense. So that's all I got to say about that. And I urge people not to support stupid games like this. Make it fail to the point that they stop these shady practices once and for all. Anyways, this is Dr. Lior Barels. Like, subscribe, hit that bell button, share it with everybody you know, make the family grow. Comment down below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.
As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.